Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's topic I'll be talking about the hymen and virginity, and in this same topic I'll tell you the different ways in which your hymen can be stretched or can easily get broken, which these points will be outside sexual intercourse, because I know many people out there, they only think your hymen can get broken when you are having sexual intercourse for your very first time. But in this topic I'll be telling you other methods that can lead to your hymen being broken. So stay tuned. My name is Nay Yvonne. If this is your first time watching me, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that if I drop a new topic, definitely you will be the first to see. What are you waiting for? Come on, click the subscription button. So let's go, guys. So, hi everyone, welcome back. In today's topic I'll be talking about hymen and virginity, like I earlier said. So if you have noticed, hymen has tend to gain a lot of attention and it's always linked to sexual activities. So this hymen also has brought a lot of stress in young teenagers, and also in marital home, hymen is causing a lot of problems, especially in our African society. When a man gets married to the wife, they expect that during their first sexual intercourse the wife should be bleeding, which is going to determine as a sign of her being a virgin. Only the woman herself can equally tell you if really she is a virgin or she is not. So she is the only one to tell you, because I know many people consider a virgin as someone who has not taken in a penis in her vagina. But yeah, I'm going to be telling you some other methods in which you can still be a virgin but still you are not going to bleed during your first sexual intercourse, or maybe your hymen is going to be stretched or broken, making others or making your husband think you are not a virgin. So in this video I'm going to be telling you everything about that. But let's go. For some people theirs is different, but before I get into this, what do you understand by the hymen? This hymen, it's a small piece of tissue that is usually formed during development, and it's usually present during birth. So, and it's always found mostly in ladies. You don't have that in men. The tissue is covering the vagina but not completely. At times it's usually found surrounding the vagina. Like if you look at this picture, you will see it's a piece of tissue that surrounds the vagina or covers the vagina just a little bit but not completely, because I know many people, they think maybe the hymen covers the vagina completely. No, that is not usually the case. And one thing you have to understand about the hymen is that as you are growing older, as you are growing towards puberty and growing older, the hymen is becoming stretched and is becoming worn out. So with time it's going to break or get loose on its own completely. So that's why if you're a lady, if you stay for so long even without having sex, there is a time in which maybe during your first sexual intercourse you might be expecting that you are going to be bleeding, but you will not definitely bleed. And one thing I also want to make it clear in this video is that not all the ladies bleed during their first sexual intercourse. Why is it so? This hymen is a very small piece of tissue, so most of the times the blood flows that goes to it, it's very limited, it's very small. So maybe during your first penetration you might definitely not bleed because there is not enough blood being supplied to that piece of tissue for you to be able to bleed. So that's why I always say don't determine a woman's virginity by checking on the hymen, because definitely she could be a virgin but you would not know. So for husband, that when they have sex with your wife or their girlfriend or whosoever for the very first time and they go out saying no, my wife never bleed, meaning she wasn't a virgin, that is not true. Only the lady can actually tell like if she is a virgin or not, especially if what you are considering as a virgin is penis getting into the vagina. So those are the things you always have to consider, guys. So the hymen has different ways in which it can get broken. And one thing you have to understand about the hymen is that it varies among different individuals. The shape in which this individual is going to have will be different from the shape in which another individual out there is going to have. So that's one thing you have to understand. And for some individuals, like really they give birth to them without helmet. So that's why I'm telling my men out there that don't say a woman is not a virgin, she is a virgin, and you are just concluding because maybe you had sexual intercourse with her and she never bleeded. Because really there are some people that are giving birth to without the helmet. There are some people that they actually gave birth to them with the helmet, but before they could reach puberty, it's already broken. So the helmet should not be as a base for people to determine if someone is a virgin or not. And there is also one thing many people like to do, like some parents, they will take their daughters to the hospital like they want to do virginity tests. That should not even be something that should be done, because really the doctors, they actually know there are many other ways in which this helmet can be broken. So checking your daughter, taking her to the hospital for the doctor to do her a virginity test is not the best way to go about that. What you should do is that ask your daughter or ask whoever you are taking to the hospital to be honest with you, because only them can actually answer that question if they are a virgin or not, because there are many ways in which this helmet can get broken. The thing you have to understand is that some people, they might not know if their helmet is broken or not, but during puberty, maybe the helmet that is covering the vagina opening, they might not see your monthly period. When that happens, you have to go to the doctor, because at times this helmet might be covering the total entrance of the vagina, so it will be difficult for you for your menstrual flow to come out. So most of the times you have to visit the doctor. When you visit the doctor is going to conduct some tests on you and determine if actually is the helmet that is your cause. That is what is the cause of you not seeing your monthly period. The doctor is going to definitely take care of that. So right now I'll be listing you the first way in which you can easily lose your helmet, which is outside of sexual intercourse. So the first way will be through vigorous exercise. If you are doing some kind of vigorous exercise like running, jumping, doing something that is very strenuous, or you happen to slide down and your legs are open and then you happen to stretch your pelvic area, definitely your helmet can get stretched or even get broken, which at some point you might experience a very slight bleeding or pain. There are times in which you might not experience anything. It just depends on the individual. Some people might notice it's broken, some others might not even notice their helmet has been broken. So the second point I'll be talking about are for those that are riding bicycles. When you are a bike rider, there is a high probability that your helmet can easily get broken even before you reach puberty. Why am I saying so? Because most of the times while you are riding, you tend to stretch that pelvic area, you tend to exercise that area very well. So as it's being exercised and you are stretching the area, there is a likelihood that your helmet can easily get stretched also and also get broken. The next factor I'll be talking about is gymnastic. For those that are doing gymnastic, as they are jumping, stretching their body, opening their legs, stretching their legs, all of that, there is a high possibility for your helmet to easily get broken and easily get stretched in that process. So it's not definitely you reaching puberty and having sexual intercourse for the first time for you to determine. So with that, your helmet can easily get stretched and easily get broken. The next factor I'll be talking about is riding a horse. Yes, for those that are horse riders, most of the times, you know, the weight of the exercise is usually being placed between their legs, which is around the pelvic area. So with that, there is a high possibility that you can equally lose your helmet through horse riding. Another way in which the helmet can get broken is through masturbation. Yes, if you're a lady that you are masturbating, definitely that can cause your helmet to get broken. Another way it can also get broken is for people who are using tampon. Once you are inserting your tampon, it might also cause your helmet to get broken. And also for those who go to the hospital, maybe for vagina checkup, or maybe they had some infection and the doctor happened to insert maybe some instrument inside their vagina, it could also lead to your helmet getting broken or being stretched out. So those are the ways in which you can easily cause your helmet to stretch out or get broken. The next point I'll be talking about is through sexual intercourse. Yes, when you have sexual intercourse, the force from the penis or the penetration will cause the breakage. It will cause it to stretch out. I don't know, it's like a rubber, so it's going to stretch out and it's going to get broken. So when that happens, for some some individual, they might experience a little bit of bleeding. For some others, it might just be like a slight pain with no bleeding. So that's to tell you definitely your hymen is broken. So as I'm about to conclude this discussion, for those that are using the hymen to determine if actually a lady is still a virgin or not, it's very wrong, because as you can see in this topic, I've explained many other ways in which you can easily get your hymen get stretched or get broken. It mustn't definitely be through sexual intercourse. So for my men that are using the hymen to determine if actually the lady they got married to is still a virgin or not, please don't do that. And for those African communities who are still using this means to determine if the wife is actually a virgin, it's completely wrong, because she can equally bleed, she might not equally bleed. It could equally be you actually penetrated and then you stretch the hymen, but she never bleed, because not everyone is going to bleed when their hymen is broken or when their hymen gets stretched. Yes, as you get older also, the hymen gets worn out, and on its own it gets stretched and gets broken on its own, even without you doing anything, or maybe without you having sexual intercourse. So those are the things you have to understand when it comes to the hymen. And for all the parents who will take their daughters out that they want to do a virginity test, that is very wrong. Don't use that as a means to determine if your lady or if your wife is still a virgin. So after watching this video, please kindly subscribe, click on the notification bell and stay tuned, because I'll be dropping more interesting content in this topic. If you have any question or if you find any doubt, don't forget to comment on the comment section below and I'm going to answer you. I will also be attaching other links of other videos that are very interesting. Stay tuned and watch them. Love you all.